Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Nubian King channel, where we are the home of the intellects. I want to take a moment to welcome you. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And to my subscribers, I want to say thank you also for subscribing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Nubian King, home of the intellects, and I'm broadcasting from Israel, Northeast Africa. Currently, I am sitting in the crane that I operate, just like the crane you looking at over there. I operate one over here. All right, what I wanted to speak to you today about is world leadership and how incredibly sad these people are, leaders in the world. And what motivated me to spend this little time with you is just watch this report on a black woman out of Africa that was slated as the richest woman in Africa. That now she has an arrest warrant because corruption, cheating and stealing from the government. Billions of dollars. And so was her father, who was the president, the head of the country. And her brother. He up to go to prison several years. The whole family is stealing. Then you look at Biden. How many times we got to hear about Hunter Biden and Joe Biden corruption, dealing with China, and you understand, and the things that they done. So when Trump said they need to investigate Joe Biden, kind of makes you feel like maybe the election was stolen. Because you're talking about America, they will steal, that's for sure. They'll show up. Look at what they doing in Haiti. The European got their butts whooped down there with Toussaint Louverture in the Haitian, revolution. They didn't want the brothers and sisters to know about that. They never want black people to know anything good about black people, anything positive. That ain't Haiti again. And the brothers and sisters is raising up, and you cannot take your information from CNN, Fox News, MSBN, MSBN, you know what I'm talking about. And any of those mainstream news medias, because they actually are propaganda network for the government. Now we hearing Elon Musk over Twitter talking about they did censor certain information before the election to help Joe Biden win. And everything come out about leaders is corrupt. Here in Israel, they just put Netanyahu back in office. He was the prime minister for 12 years straight. Then another 2 years for that. So what, 14 years? And he is in court fighting corruption charges. 3 different cases. Right? He's in the courtroom one day, and then the next day he's standing up there in Jerusalem talking, running the country. He's the prime minister, corrupt prime minister. He's in court presently fighting corruption charges. And the country elected him prime minister again. So what does that say about the people? You understand? In this atmosphere of all of this that's going on, and all of this is being revealed, these people would elect a dude that used to be the prime minister already for 12 years. He already had 12 years. It ain't like, you don't know this guy. Maybe he could do something good for the country. You already know this clown. And he's in court one day, standing before the judge, fighting corruption case charges. And the next day he's up there talking, running the, in the midst of the other ministers. In Israel, they don't have a president to run the country. The president more or less like an official figurehead. they have, a slew of ministers. And then out of all the ministers, the one that run the ministers, they call him prime minister, he running the show. And that's right now Netanyahu. Now Netanyahu is, what I'm telling you, he is in court fighting corruption charges. But they put him in office. So to elect a guy that has been charged for these crimes, and now they are in court trying to determine, is he guilty or innocent, because they charged him, but now they're trying, but the people put him back in office. What does that say about the people? You elect the dude that's dirty. I mean, he going in the door dirty, laughing and grinning. Huh? Then you got Bolsonaro over there, down there in Venezuela. You understand? He let the people start burning up the Amazon in order to grow beef cattle. He don't give a crap about the environment. And the brother down there in Haiti, he gets killed, and the president they put in place is a president that's being instructed by America. Now, you already got Haiti, damn near everybody on the island broke. You know what I'm saying? And he raised the price of fuel. The brother that's on the ground, that's fighting for the people, him and his people, they're the ones that, surrounded the fuel depot. And America told the story like that was the only depot, but come to find it, it's like 4 fuel depots in Haiti. And America told you to lie that the hospital is shut down, they ain't got nothing and all this and woo-woo. Come to find out, when the people over there at Redacted sent their reporter in there to talk, he goes up in there and he sit with the brother that America is talking about, the tyrant, the terrorist, the bad guy, the boogeyman. The dude said, look, he said, the West, has always been, on our necks. I'm simply fighting on the behalf of my people. We do not want America down here, period. That's it. It's not just me. It's no Haitian down here want to see the United States of America in our country, because they never come to benefit the people. They're here to steal whatever they can, all the natural resources we got, the fuel. And then America was lying about the people was out of fuel. Well, while the reporter was there, he saw ships one behind the other coming in, dropping no fuel. All lies. China. Look at the protests taking place in China because of the government lockdown for something that ain't even real. It ain't even real. It is not even real. I'm going to tell you something that you don't know. I had that thing. Yeah, I certainly did. Up here in Israel, that's what it was. Knocked me flat on my behind. Man, I was in the one day. I woke up in a pool of water. I knew, because the body is trying to get rid of something. No, I never went and got a test. I never got nothing. I didn't do nothing. I just cleaned my system out. Because I remember what the Chinese said. They said that when this first jumped out, they say black people's skin gives them a certain immunity against this thing. That's what the Chinese said. They wiped that out. Then we had another doctor said this thing is like a bad cold. They wiped that out. And they scared the hell out of the people, the leadership, the government, again, the government leadership, to get all these people. Now, after 1 billion people, they say, oh man, it's jivey. They really, But it's too late now. You don't put this in 1 billion people. When I had that thing, 1 week, that's all it was. I didn't run, panic to the hospital, to the doctor, or nothing, because I knew what I was dealing with. Nothing. A bad cold. I remember what they said in the very beginning. So what did I do? I just cleaned out. I drank some tea called Tibetan tea. It had senna. So I had good elimination. Drunk a lot of water. Ate a bunch of fruit, because fruits are cleansers and vegetables are builder. I did that for like 3 days in a row. I did the, colonic irrigation, drunk a lot of water, drunk a lot of fruit. I passed a lot of water. And one day I was at the bottom. Man, I was just, couldn't get out of bed. I woke up that morning in a pool of water. And I knew what was going on. My body was trying to throw off something. So I just worked with it. I took the enema, cleaned my colon out real good, ate fruit, and rest. Because the body heals better in a rested state. So I didn't go to work. I was off a week. You know what I'm saying? Took a vacation and I just chilled. But it only took me 3 days in the sun. Now, we had a lot of sun in Israel. So 3 days I went outside and just sat in the sun. My condo faced the Mediterranean. I see the big blue water. So I sit out there in my chair and just sweated. Came in, drunk a lot of water, went back out there, just sweat, because the sun is like, boom, right on me out there on my balcony overlooking the water. In 3 days of that, my energy came back, and I went on a walk out there to the beach, chilled out there, came back, shoot, man, 7 days, kabam, I was good to go. But I never said nothing to anybody. That's the very first time right here on this broadcast, 11 minutes and 45 seconds, I just told y'all, yep, it came my way. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't run and panic, because I noticed everybody was leaving out of here in the hospital. Everybody went to the hospital, never came back. I didn't notice them bringing dead bodies out of houses all over the place. I just saw the dead bodies in the hospital. You noticed that? Everybody say they was dying, they died in the hospital. That didn't look too good on the hospital for me. I noticed that, like, Shazam, you think I want to go to the hospital? Because ain't nobody coming back. so now, man, the last place I want to go is up in there. So I just stayed at home, and that's exactly what I did. I cleaned out, and I know a lot of men don't like taking enemas because you got to put that tube up your behind and let that water flow in there and wash out all that fecal matter. And then, oh yeah, I added some spirulina to it because spirulina, it have a lot of chlorophyll and vitamins and nutriment. And so when you put that colonic in yourself, it uptakes them vitamins right through into your colon. And I felt good. I felt real good. So you have to know how to take care of yourself in this environment, because between the government evil and the corporation evil, you could wind up in a bad situation. And, they talk about the fluoride in the toothpaste and the water. Do you know that's what they did back in the day? They would put fluoride in the people's water and they drank it. And fluoride decreases brain function. And the number one area in the body that the fluoride accumulates is in the pineal gland. The pineal gland is what they call the third eye, the seat of the soul. And that fluoride causes it to become calcified, and it lowers your brain function. So that's how American government do all this stuff to the people, and the people don't do nothing. They see it become desensitized. They see what's happening, and they don't do nothing. You see them Chinese out there, them jokers is on the wild. And why? Government, leadership. Haiti, they protested. The brothers sent the price up, and then they protested. But listen to America, listen to the news media. The Haitian people crazy. These are thugs. These are terrorists. They protesting and they da-da-da-da-da. So now we got to send the U.S. military in there. And you know what? The military ain't going in there to help them people. They don't care if them people raise hell. They going in there to put a stake in the ground. And you know how it is. Once you get the military in there, you can't get them out. They guns bigger than yours. But this is world leadership. Never do nothing to benefit the people. Look at America. They always boasting to the world about we're the greatest country in the world. Ooh. Yeah, you the greatest, nastiest country. Look at LA. Just look at LA, man. Have you seen LA? Just miles and miles of homeless people and nobody saying nothing. Over there in Washington, D.C., president stealing everything. You know, and his son running around a wacko with video evidence on his computer that they say, oh, it shows ain't nothing tampered. This stuff is real. And the boy still walking around. His daddy was the vice president. Trump said, y'all need to investigate him. Now his daddy the president. Now, if he was doing corruption as the vice president, woo, man, do you see the billions of dollars they throwing over in Ukraine, and none of y'all know where that money going. None of y'all know where that money going. They tell you something. That's just what they want you to know. But based upon who's telling you the information, 100% you can guarantee they're lying. Because that's what they do. Putin stated at 7 months of that war, Putin stated that they had only used $6 billion. America is at close, right at getting up on $100 billion. Well, hold it now. But America don't supposed to be fighting. It's supposed to be Russia and Ukraine. So why is it America done dump so much money in there? Because they done did a serious snow job on the people to get the people to rally behind sending money to Ukraine. And Ukraine military been decimated. Y'all don't even know. They done lost 100,000 Ukrainian soldiers and 20,000 civilians injured and all mucked up. But is America going to tell you that? No. Do you believe what I said? You probably don't. Do I care? Not at all. Whether you believe me or not. Truth is the truth. You're getting screwed. And it is like, okay, what can you do about corrupt leadership? Really? This is the question. What actually can you do about corrupt leadership? Pray. Somebody said pray. Prayer don't work. Prayer does not work. And I know, I'm going to have a lot of, spiritualists and people believe in prayer because they ain't got nothing else to say, we can't nuts. Prayer do work. I mean, after you pray, you may feel a little better, but it ain't going to change nothing. How can I say that? Look at what's happening. Look at what's going on. If prayer was so powerful, why are we hearing now about Balenciaga and the pedophile and all that? Why is evil so prevalent on this planet amongst certain people if prayer was so powerful? It appears like it's those bandits that done hoodwinked the masses of planet Earth to look this way when it's actually them over there doing all the stuff, all the evilness and wickedness. And so when it's time to point the finger at these heathen because of your prayer, your belief, and your love, and thy enemy as thyself, turn the other cheek ideology, they get away. They can cop a plea and get to crying and snotting and begging, and then you're going to have mercy. And they bust get away and go do it again. How many times had the bandit been set free and he ended up doing it again? Because, these people don't care. Seriously, these leaders, they don't care. The only thing they care about is getting money for themselves. Huh? China built all them buildings and structure in Africa. When I heard that, China have built these buildings, these nice office buildings for the government officials, and the African government officials run up in there doing their business. You know what I found out? The Chinese had bugged damn near every inch of them buildings. Even the couches that the people sit on, they found surveillance listening devices. Chinese built the building. Oh, they so happy, African cheesing like a chess cat. Oh, we got a new building. Every single word that was spoken, the Chinese heard it back in China. Every single time a computer was logged on, the Chinese was watching it. It was nothing that the Africans did that the Chinese didn't know. See there? There are times where I have to just disconnect from all of the news, all the information, and give myself a psychological, spiritual, mental, cleanser. Because it's like, you just can't never figure it out, man. It remind me of a young athlete that go to college, and his mother, single parent, raised him, and he go to college, and he's fortunate enough to wind up in professional sport, either NBA, the NFL, football, or basketball, and he get a several $1 million contract. First thing he does, he go out and he buy a house for his mother, because she raised him, so he want to take care of her a certain kind of way, which is good. And then he gets something, really outstanding for himself, materialism, get him a sharp car. You're going to do that, bunch of clothes, start buying all this stuff. Because he was young, struggling through college, and he made it. Mother took care of him, she made it happen. And boom, now he's a professional athlete with millions of dollars in his pocket. First thing he do is run out the doors, get this buying up stuff. Because all these years, his mother, and everybody been looking at this junk to go buy. Now you got a chance to buy it. You cannot tell him absolutely nothing. Because it's like it's a burning desire to have it. Boom, he wound up in the professional sport league, and he got millions of dollars sign-on bonus. He out the door, him and his mother. Not investing in anything that's going to cause the money to be perpetual in an investment strategy that, he go out there and play the first game, get injured, and it's an injury to take him out. Now he done spent up all this money buying stuff that requires maintenance. Now he don't have the money to pay the maintenance. And you know how it is. Here come the woman. Yep. Yeah, big time professional athlete, millions of dollars. Man, them women gonna stick to you like glue. And they coming with an objective. Yeah, they'll give you a baby or two. That's all part of the plan. You got about 2 years of that. After that, kaboom. She ain't happy. And she go stand before the judge, and he give her damn near everything. And because you got $13 million, you got to give her $60,000 a month child support. She got 2 babies. $60,000. Look at Kanye West. $200,000 a month? Wow. Man, I got a friend. He had a beautiful girl, right? She had a baby. He took excellent care of her. Excellent care. Well, she had an Israeli friend over here. This is all over here in Israel, right? And the sister, had an Israeli girlfriend, and they used to hang out together, right? The Israeli girl was single. She didn't have nobody. But the sister was with the brother, this friend of mine. Brother had a nice place for laid out furniture. It was beautiful. I mean, you just, wow. And he's a young dude, like maybe 23, 24. But he had a real good head on his shoulder. One of my first businesses that I opened over here, he was like one of my star employees. Very, very loyal to me and humble, respectful to me, and worked real good. So I taught him a lot. And we became, close. He treated me like I was his uncle, and I treated him like he was my nephew. But he's young, got the wife, he got a couple of babies, but he was doing good, for himself. The Israeli girl was single, and she hung out with the wife, and they all be there together, laughing, talking crap. But the Israeli girl had a plan. What? Come to find out, she liked the lifestyle that the brother had prepared and set the sister up in. Sister didn't have to work. She had a beautiful home, all the food, everything, bills paid for. He out taking care of everything. Her, the two babies. The Israeli wanted that. So the brother, he wound up going to the States, and he got in the military, and he went over there, and somehow or another, he wound up making good money in the military. I still got to talk to him to get the details on what he do. But lo and behold, the Israeli girl winds up out there too. Come to find out, he had dipped in the vanilla over here in Israel behind the sister back. So they was dipping a little bit. Now I told you about 23, 24, young, dumb, full of, and so he tightened up over here. She liked that. So when she found out he was out there in the States, she found out from the sister, peeping the sister. And the sister don't know what the girl is up to. The sister think the Israeli girl is her friend. Oh, she got a plan. So she ends up in America. Now he had another sister too over here in Israel. Two sisters over here. They both done had babies for her. I told you he was like 23, 24 when this happened. So he got these two sisters. They got babies for him. And the Israeli girl, he looking at this. She looking at this. And both of the sisters he was taking good care of. The Israeli girl had a plan. So next thing you know, the two sisters, they ain't really friendly with each other. So the Israeli girl, she winds up in America with him. Why? Because the other sister that didn't like the first sister found out the Israeli that the brother had went to the States, and she picked the phone up and told the Israeli girl where he was at. She hops on a plane, boom, she out there in the States with the brother. And, since they had did a little dibbling dabbling up in here, it was just, oh yeah, he got her pregnant. Wow, big mistake. She wind up, white woman going before a white judge, took that brother for half of everything he owned. He called me, telling me about it. I'm like, you called me in the end. You supposed to call me before this turned into a monster. And I would have told you, pump your daggone brakes. You need to take some saltpeter or something and go exercise and leave these women alone. But young, dumb, and full of, it. So that's what happened. He got the Israeli girl pregnant, and she had a baby, and she went completely bananas and ended up with half everything he got. He called me all distraught and broke down. I said, bro, you called me too late. It's done. You were supposed to told me when that Israeli girl popped up out there. I would have told you to drive her as far as the way you possibly can, because she ain't coming out there to visit America. She coming out there with a mission, knowing you making that good money in the military. Yeah, please. So my point is what? We looking at all this wickedness, and this is like nothing new. I don't hear no brand new wickedness popping up. It's the same story. And we don't see it. You understand? Leaders, you can't trust them. Look at Raphael Warnock in Georgia. He's this Negro preacher, want to be, he's a senator, right? He down there running against, Herschel Walker. I got to go and check, but, even that was corrupt, because I was sitting there the night before, right? and I saw that Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker was tied neck and neck. 49 point, I think it was 2%, both of them. You got to have 50 to carry, right? Neither one had 50. And they had like 90% of the votes in or something like that. And the next day when I checked, Herschel Walker had 98%. Excuse me, I'm sorry. 48%. And Raphael Warnock was still holding at 49.5. You see what I'm saying? I remember this. So my question is, if you got 90% of the votes in and you neck and neck 49.5, how the hell the next day Walker got 48%? You see what I'm saying? How did it go down? And if you're still counting votes, it's supposed to go up. But nobody said nothing. Because we was on we was watching it on the Philip Scott show live. And as the show was going on, he would click over to the screen to see the, voting process live. It was a website that he was on. And he put it up on the screen. And you could see they both were tied, 49.5. And then, the next day, Herschel Walker dropped from 49 to 48. How'd that happen? Like, you don't take his vote and slide him over there to Raphael Warnock. Corruption, deception. And that's what's plaguing this planet, man. Evil leaders. And the reason why I say prayer don't work, because I believe if there was a God that loved his people as much as these people claim, ain't no way you can convince me that so loving, great, delicious, beautiful, tasty God would allow his innocent, kind, loving, righteous believers to go through all this hell that these leadership is pouring out on the world. Unnecessary. It ain't necessary. So you gonna tell me prayer is the answer? Okay, if prayer is the answer, then why it ain't got no better? Why we still sitting up in here with Benjamin Netanyahu in office, you know what I'm saying, and he fighting a criminal, three criminal charges. If prayer worked, why you still sitting over there looking at Joe Biden dizzy butt and his wacky son? You know what I'm saying? If prayer worked, why did Sister in Africa steal up all the money? You know what I'm saying? Now she running, and she ain't even in Africa. She's sitting over there in London, balling. You see what I'm saying? She done stole all the goods out of Africa, got her black butt sitting in London balling. You can't make this up. And it just goes on and on and on. It's like them and us. They make decisions to screw up our lives, make it worse. Not better. Not better. When have you seen a leader come and put something out that really enhances your life and your family at the grassroots level? Like his decision caused you, your wife, your children lives to improve. Something like really, really significant. Don't tell me nothing about no tax break. Damn, that's some bullshit that they got you caught up on. It's just like paying taxes, you know what I'm saying? And he lowered the tax rate that you had to pay. Man, please. But he ain't increased your salary. So they lower the tax rate on one hand and take something over there, just like Bezos did. Here's Bezos sitting up there with hundreds of billions of dollars, right? The people begging for more money. They begging. And so he said, all right, we're going to give you $15 an hour. Oh, man, I saw them. They were hollering and cheering. They were so happy. $15 an hour. They're about to lose their mind. But all benefits would be rescinded. Everything. Hospital, dental, nurse, whatever it was, you got to pay for it for yourself. So then when they stopped hollering and screaming and did the calculation, when they figured how much the insurance would cost and the daycare or whatever benefits Bezos, they said they're going to be back to the $7. So you see how they do? They don't make it better for you. He gonna give him 15, but take everything else off the table. So what did he give him? Nothing. This is like over here, the company I was working for, right? These jokers give me a 2,000 shekel bonus, and the next month they drop my salary by 2,000 shekel. When I call, don't nobody know diddly squat. I'm calling all the people in the financial department, the director of the financial department, everybody. I'm calling everybody. Don't nobody know nothing. Can't nobody tell me why my salary was dropped 2,000 shekels. That one time in the 3 years I worked for them. I worked with them 3 years, the salary was the same every month. But they handed me a 2,000 shekel bonus, and the next daggone paycheck was dropped by 2,000 shekel, and absolutely not nobody could explain to me why. You know, because what? They took it. Those evil ass heathens walking the planet, devils, synagogue of Satan, don't give a damn, and your prayers ain't working. Because if I was a God at that level, my children would have to pray to me. I'd be fixing it before you even got to them. I'd be taking care of them. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the last thing I'm going to say to you, because I want you to think about this. This God thing. Listen to this. Listen to this. See, this is why I say this is the home of the intellects. Listen to this, something you ain't never thought of. Because I ain't thought of it. 61 years been on the planet. I ain't even think of this. Listen to this. Why is it that Satan always look the same, but God and Jesus and all of that is always different? You can't never see God. His face too great, too powerful, too awesome. You can't stand and look on the face of God. Jesus is always different. I was down in Ethiopia in this one church in the rocks underground. Y'all probably know about it. Whatever you don't worry about it. It's a church in Ethiopia. And down there they had 4 pictures of Jesus. And by God, each picture were of 4 different white men. But Satan always the same. Red pitchfork. He don't never change. You see that? Don't that kind of make you feel a little suspect? When it come to your Savior, it's all different kind of white boys up there. But when it come to the devil, the same bandit with the red pitchfork, horns and everything. Even the boy, the weirdo, what you call himself, Nas X, when he did the dance, the lap dance on the devil neck, that devil always the same. Red, horns, looking evil. Even the Baphomet symbol that they say, the girl, what's her name, Beyonce, always the same. But when it comes to your white Savior, a whole bunch of different white dudes popping up, Jesus on the picture. Think about that. Why is it the devil always look the same, but your Savior, Jesus, is always different white guys? Ain't that something? Nubian King, the home of the intellect. I say these things to make you think, huh? And I say it because I love you. How much do I love you? I love you a lot. Love you from the basement of my heart all the way to the attic of my mind. I love you 24/7. That means I love you all the time. Shalom.